I'm gonna actually dry her, leave the rollers in, and tomorrow I'm gonna show you how to comb it out. And then when you come in, you can do this together. So we're just gonna go over a few key factors. So I sectioned her out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in my 6 sections, okay? I already measured out the way I had taught you before with the roller here. I had measured out the width based on the center of the nose, right? And now I'm gonna take, on the top of the head, I wanna measure, go over again, I wanna measure how wide is this diameter. This is called diameter here, from side to side, the diameter, right? So we're gonna put this here and give you an estimation of a measurement of how wide that section's gonna be. Now you don't want the section to be too wide, because if you take too much hair, it's gonna bunch up and you're gonna get like a dented curl. You're not gonna get a nice formation. So it's really important that you measure these out correctly, especially for the state board. On the state board, you will be doing 4 rollers on top. I wanna show you what that's gonna look like. It looks like this. It looks like this, okay? Which we went over that the other day, and this is for the folks on YouTube. It looks like this, okay? So I'm gonna step away for just 1 second. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. Who? Every day. Okay. So there's nothing, she won't lose anything.
All right, right here.
That's my backup plan.
You're
All right.
back. Thank you.
Okay, so guys, sorry I had to step away for a second. Okay, so now I'm taking my client. Today I am working on a naturally curly girl, and she is going to an affair, and she wants to have a very full, elegant, set look that is gonna hold, okay? So this is the kind of look we're giving her. Her hair is very, very wet. If the client's hair starts to wet, you can put a little bit more water. It's super important that those ends are nice and wet so you can wrap them around. Make sure you guys can see this, okay? So now I am over directing the hair. That means I am pulling the hair away from me. Now, if I want this curler to land on base, meaning on the base right here at the bottom, do you guys see that? I have to make sure I over direct the hair so when I roll it, it lands on base. If I take this and hold the hair up and then roll it, this hair is gonna land off base and it's gonna give me like a swoop in her head in the front. I don't want that. I wanna be able to give her like a nice dip or to give her some soft curtainy bang look. So the on base curl needs to be like this, over directed. Now, I am smoothing those ends nice and down. I have a firm grip and I am slowly rolling that beautiful hair up, okay? It's nice and smooth, it's nice and neat, and now I am putting my clip flat side down, flat side down. Now, for state board, they want us to have clips on both sides, as you guys can see. But when you're out in the real world in a salon, that is gonna be your prerogative if you choose to do 2 clips or not. That is the 2 different sides of it. So you need to know what to do for your state board exam. I'm talking New Jersey. And you need to also know that then you can, once you graduate and get your license, you can do things a little bit more to your liking too. That's the wind howling. Do you guys hear that? It sounds so spooky. So here I'm once again, over directing. And now hold your comb this way, that way. I don't want to go really hard because I don't want to pull that other roller out, right? Over directing. So you guys see how I'm over directing there? Pull. And roll. Now for those of you that have your mannequins home, which is probably all of you, I would love for you today to get your mannequin set, fully set, the whole head, all down the back, down the side. I'm gonna do this and show you also here in this corner. And then I want you to let her dry, and I want you to bring her in with the rollers. Well, we can't bring her in tomorrow because we're off. I mean, you're off. But I want tomorrow, we're gonna do a comb out, so I would love to see you have that hair nice and dry. But if you don't do it early enough and you don't put her somewhere that's warm and dry, it's not gonna dry in time. And if the hair's damp, the curl's gonna fall out. Can you guys see? Super important to remember, guys, if hair is not completely dry, just like when we're blow drying, your set, your style will not hold. You see how beautiful that looks? Now, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I don't want to do rollers. Rollers are out, they're old. No, they're not. If you go to any fashion week, you go to any where they're, you know, doing models, hair photo shoots, rollers, hot rollers, rollers where they set the hair are one of still the most popular ways of doing hair. And really, as a stylist, you should be well versed in everything because you just never know what it is that you're going to be doing and what you need to do. See, I'm getting this nice at the root. I'm pulling this baby nice and up, making sure my ends are nice and wet and moist. So the client, the drier type of, like her hair is a little bit on the dry side. She needs a nice conditioning treatment. The faster that hair is going to dry up. All right. Get that baby in there. Now, after I measured my first, I can instinctively, because I'm doing this so many years, know the width of that roller. I want you to keep measuring until you have it down pat. Also, very important is that you smooth out those ends. Get those ends nice and flat. Because once again, if you don't get those ends nice and flat, you're gonna get what's called fish hooks. The hair dries like all, you know, jaggedy, and you're not gonna get a nice smooth finish. And nobody likes that. Nobody likes that because it just does not look good. All right, you guys all follow me? Any feedback from my live crowd? Yes, no, maybe? All right, now that I got these in, a lot of people always ask, well, why do we need these little shorties? I call these shorties. See these, they're like half rollers. So the shorties are for when we have sections like this. So you take that little triangle there. Once again, be mindful of how you're combing in there not to drag and catch that clip. Smooth down, flatten out, have control. Roll this baby down to the root. Okay?
Quick question, does it matter which mannequin you use?
Does it matter? No, you have two mannequins that are the same, correct?
Yeah.
So one we're gonna be saving for my juniors. We're gonna be saving that for state board for next year. So one mannequin's gonna be, use one now because that's gonna be your junior mannequin and we're gonna do a lot of work with that. Now, I want you guys to see this. I have a stray hair. Do you guys see that? A little bit of a mess here, right? This little guy came out. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go back and fix it because that is not okay. You could be doing hair for 50 years. Stuff still goes wrong. And you have to have enough integrity to always do the right thing by your client. Because if I didn't fix these smooth little hairs here, she'd have a nasty, frizzy mess right there when I combed her out. And it could ruin the whole hairstyle. And if a client is not happy, One unhappy client could do more damage than 100 happy clients. Keep that in mind, because that's the reality of business, right? Okay, so I'm gonna take these rollers and I'm gonna continue to roll. I'm gonna do the other side next.